YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Justice coming back at y'all with another YouTube read, another collective energy read. Hope this finds y'all at a resonating time of your day. All your likes, comments, shares, and subscribers are so very appreciated. Without further ado, it's going to get started. Angels of the highest of white light, please bestow upon me clear and concise channel messages as you clear out all past energies from all past reads. Thank you, and Ashe. Hope this finds y'all at a good time. Happy holidays to you and yours. Shout out to y'all that, different situations, different contexts of different situations. Just know it's a beautiful time of year either way. I don't like the cold personally, but I used to love the cold as a kid, but I don't really like the cold no more. But there's something about gratitude and gratefulness at this time. Just a grounding mechanism for anything in your day. But I hope this finds y'all at a well time in your holidays. I got a message off the top going into this read. There's something about you being, whoever I'm tapping into, you're ahead of your time in some aspect. There's something about innovation, something about ambition. There's something about you being right, or you having a vision, or you sticking to something that proved to be right, whether it was successful or whether it proved to help you, whether it proved to be a progressive measure, whether this is in an artistic sense, whether this is in an ideal sense, like ideas, whether this is in a healing sense, whether this is in a prediction sense. I'm getting that too. Somebody's ahead of their time in some way, shape, or form. So I had some messages on my phone, but I kind of remembering what I wrote down. I had them written down, but I like kind of freestyling. I was saying that in my last read, but there's something about people either laughing at things that you said. Let's speak in a prediction sense. There's something about you. I'm gonna break it down in different sections. It's not gonna apply to everybody. There's different parts of this that's gonna apply to specific people. Because some people are artists, some people are idealists, some people are seeing ahead of their time, some people can predict things, some people um, are just very intuitively gifted. Some people, it's just gonna be in a different way. This could be in an entrepreneurial sense too, inventiveness, inventions. I could be tapped into an inventor. Shout out to you. It's one of those odd ones that I didn't feel like it would be one, but an inventor may be significant. Entrepreneurs are all types of inventors. If you're an artist with a paintbrush creating something new on your canvas, you're probably inventing something that's never been drawn before in your life. So that's an invention by anybody else. But there's something about you being ahead of your time. Maybe people laughed at you before. Whether this is for your ideas, whether this is for your ambition, something about your positivity. I channeled something about that Naruto kid, in the anime, right? Shout out to anime watchers. But there's something about his naivety that was like, so no matter how skilled he was so naive. And it wasn't until he got down to the shit, right? Until he really proved it that people really believed what he was saying. You're going through a spiritual initiation. There's something about whoever I'm tapping into. You've been in a progressive kind of like, you may have been taking upon a different path, or you may have been on whatever this subjective path means for you for a while. With the chariot energy kind of confirming what I'm saying, you may have been moving upon a different road, right? And this different road can just generalize itself for so many different people. It could be in a family context for people. It could be in a social context for people. It can be in a artistic context for people. It could be in an idealistic context from people, like belief systems. It can be in pathways just splitting apart. Something about your pathway, the chariot energy, you're going through a spiritual initiation. Also got your art is needed, bro or sis. So I'm definitely speaking to some artists. You have many hidden admirers. There's something about evil will family members and friends. Something about you having some type of progressive development in terms of your path. And when I say progressive development, it may have came through some type of roughening. May Whether it's rough social, like, so this can generalize itself in so many different things. I'm getting like environmental. Whether you grew up in a different area, right? That was reflective of different things than what you dreamed of, or you grew up, whether this is in a social context or you're around people that had different visions than you or had different ideals than you. There's something about differences and how people took to you different. Well, even with family members and friends, I'm not getting that kind of context. It could be that for people, right? But I'm not thinking that's not the general theme. The general theme from that card I'm getting is like more so people ostracizing either beliefs, ideas, or movements, right? That you would try to make, right? Judging it. Or maybe like coming to like a still point decision upon it, or a objective analysis of it as if it was already done. So it's like shooting down your dreams kind of energy. But peep your intuition, peep the signs your intuition ain't lying. There's something about you following staying through the course. Staying the course is what I'm hearing. Bear with me. I'm trying to still channel these messages. You're a cult stopper. Something about development through Six of Swords energy. I could be speaking to people that, especially if you're like a musician or any type of entertainment figure, so modeling, actor, actress. I've channeled those things before. I've seen y'all in the comments. Shout out to y'all too. But especially if you're in those industries, there's something about occult information or energetic information or understanding of energy that you've accumulated through those experiences. With the Seven of Pentacles energy, I'm speaking to somebody that's very consistent. You may have stayed very consistent amidst all odds. That's my odds card. You defeated a whole city coming up against you. That's my odds card. Something about you staying the path. And that Naruto kid that keeps coming back to my head. There's something about him not giving up, right? That was the whole theme of the show. Even though it could be a cliche sometimes, right? Six of Pentacles energy. There's something about this. Six of Pentacles can speak to having an abundance of something and being generous and giving it out. In this kind of connotation or context of energy, I'm going to take it as, you having a lot of just energy to give towards either your dreams, your goals, or whatever this specifies for you. Or this could be an ideal and you standing on business to that extent amidst all circumstances. There's something that either paves its way or it's going to pave its way over time. You have a healing energy. There's something that is a long burn effect or slow burn effect. I said long burn and then effect. Slow burn effect. There's some type of slow burn effect in the energy that I'm speaking to, in terms of how you impact people or the impact of your energy over time, whether it's your decisions finally making way, right? I can relate to this energy. A lot of people saw me doing a lot of things and thought a lot of shit I was doing was pointless, right? And a lot of things just weren't really surface level validating. Of course, on an energy level, I was moving through a lot of shadow work. That was the whole point of a lot of shit I was doing. So, for example, I'm going to use my music thing. I was writing a lot of poems and I was doing a lot of things and I was around a lot of these music guys learning a lot of things. But really, I was just doing a lot of shadow work, right? And that was the whole way. And that's what music kind of is for me. It's like a form of shadow work. Like, shout out Kendrick Lamar. Something about Kendrick Lamar. There's something about how he, like, if you really read his lyricism, how he expresses himself through his artwork, it's his shadow work. It's really his spiritual work that he's embodying. That's why it's so sacred to him. That's why it comes off different to everybody. I mean, comes off in different to everybody else, right? It's a whole different energy. Whoever I'm tapping into, there's something about your effect of your energy. There's something about the effect of your tone, the effect of your words, your predictions, or even your artwork, or what you're going to do over time. There's something about a slow burn effect. Nine of Swords energy. There's something about people. You may have had people, I had a download about this. You may have had people that the ones that either laughed at you or things like that, may be in a little bit of a panic, seeing you either evolve in a certain context or heal, or this could be progress in a certain context that they shot down, right? You're very powerful. There's something about people wanting to either dim your ideas, or there's something about, at a certain time, ideas or certain things can sound so very, naive, or so very sounds good, too good to be true-ish, right? In the moment, right? But over time, if somebody's paving that consistency and staying aligned to it, it's just a matter of time that it ultimately kind of paves way into its existence, right? Damn, something about throat. Three of Swords energy. This could be amidst, circumstances that were difficult. I could be speaking to somebody that either people wanted to say that you couldn't do something because of a circumstance, right? Three of Swords energy, this definitely represents like an injury. Whether this injury personifies itself in some type of setback in your life, whether it was a bad breakup, whether it was a financial loss, whether it was a familial loss, whether it was a death, grievance. It can speak to all types of things, or just loss in your ideas, projects, or a loss of, it could be all types of things. But those types of things, or there's some type of perception of those things limiting you or stopping you or stopping whatever you were predicting to come to light or were pushing towards. There's something about that. Connections to ancient Egypt, there's something about, man, somebody had some type of odds. Like, I'm getting like odds stacked up against them. People are in awe and shocked by you. And I can relate to this kind of energy. It's like people, there's like a sense of anxiety, especially with people, especially if they spoke a certain finite way, like a sure way, certain way. It's something about the anxiety or pressure that you can put on people. When you kind of prove them otherwise, or certain things start to prove otherwise. So whoever I'm tapping into, you following your yellow brick road, following your ideals, following your intuition, or following what you felt to be true in your heart, whether that was that calling of your life, whether that was that idea that you pursued, whether that was that creation. Let's go back to the inventors, right? Entrepreneurs. If you're starting something from ground up or trying to take something off, there's something about that either being, ostracized, doubted. Of course, it's going to look a certain way when you start, right? But it's just a mustard seed, right? And there's something about that, right? There's something about having patience with that seed as you continue to fertilize it over time. And don't leave the damn seed, right, in the dirt without it, because it just hasn't grown into a leaf, or leaves haven't, or stems haven't started growing, or roots haven't started fully growing yet in the first 48 hours, right? With the Ace of Swords, there's something about you continued walking in your truth, you continued in integrity amidst circumstances that may not have reflected back to you your truth, or your, what you felt to be your calling, what you felt to be your validation, what you felt to be your reciprocation. What I'm saying is you kept going, and that's when the most testing part is. That's the biggest thing, when you got to accept, or not accept, when you have to, yes, accept circumstances, or what you can create through circumstances that are not built to accept you, right? There's something about, through those experiences, that you're being tested the most. Through those experiences, your conviction is being tested, because if you can't show up in that time, how are you going to show up when you have it? How are you going to show up and maintain it when you do have it? And that's the whole point of it too. So it's like that, that homeless man, that video when they found that homeless man, that black man, he passed a few years ago, I think. Rest in peace. But he was talking about, like, they keep on running so fast to their destination, they gonna be sorry. They gonna be sorry. And it was something about that message, in terms of what he was saying, the journey that he was speaking of, in terms of what you'll miss out, in terms of the superficial gratification of an end result. That can be also a message. Yeah, I wanted to end that off, but it could be a superficial gratification of an end result, that the journey itself, it outweighs like what the end results are going to be. And almost like I didn't word that the right way. The journey itself is going to define what the end result is. What I'm saying is, that's why it's like not worth, these guys that you're seeing that sacrifice certain things, or their souls, or whatever that is, and whatever connotation that is. You see how that, like, that gratification is not full. There's no fullness. There's no wholeness. There's something about your path that's authentic, whoever I'm tapping into. Something about you savoring those moments, that you're not always getting that gratification of what sometimes you may feel like what you putting out in terms of the work and what you feel like you deserve. Sometimes that's ego. Sometimes you get what you need. Sometimes you have what you need. Sometimes, especially in situations that you don't get the gratification, you still doing shadow work, or you still, like I said, that test of conviction. If you're thrown into that kind of situation, let's say you still got that vision. Let's say you got that vision. Let's say you got this strong calling, strong sense. There's something about you maintaining that said confidence, maintaining that said hope, that faith, because that's what everything is going to be sent to kind of destroy of you. What I'm saying is that's what the journey is. Working through that journey, working through the obstacle courses of different things. Okay, you're still this. Okay, you're still that. We're going to throw this at you. Look at it from a higher perspective. Instead of kind of plaguing or hanging on or clinging to that belief of that end result, right? There's something about the journey. There's something about the obstacle courses that teach you and mold you and shape you upon your journey even stronger, or from a different perspective going forward, especially to my artists, my musicians, those people that you meet, those times that you're not You're not at the top of your element. Those times that you're just learning, the times that you're not able to get on the beat, the times that you're not able to do nothing on the beat, the times that you're not able to be on the on the show way, so to speak. The moments that you got to kind of sit back and study and write things down and study. It may not be so fun, but it's something about those type of moments, or those times where you may be a little frustrated because you putting all this effort in and it's just not coming to fruition the way you thought it was. There's something about those detours, and there's something about, let's say you made like I said, I don't know if part of this video got cut off. I finished this read, but this is the second time I'm going through it. So we'll see if I've already said this in this part. I haven't really gone back through, but a big section of this read got cut off. So I'm kind of trying to reiterate what I was going into. So I'm stuttering a little bit, trying to finish this off because this is a really good read. But there's something about, whoever I'm tapping into, there's something about, let's say you had like a 5-year plan, right? Let's say in 5 years, I'm going to be here. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have this. This is what I envision for myself. Let's say 2 years into that plan, you're way into the bonkers. You're way worse than you were 2 years before when you said this shit. There's something about that being the biggest test of your faith and your conviction. That point being the biggest test. That's the point where you have to still have faith in that mustard seed, because it's the whole point of the journey. Because if you can fall at that, you'll fall at anything. You got to stand for something and you'll fall for nothing. That's my last message for anybody that's kind of way ahead of their time. Keep on moving forward until you see that gratification, because ultimately it will. And that's the whole test of your mustard seed faith. That's the test of it all, right? Especially with some predictors, especially with some intuitive geniuses or some artistic revolutionaries. You don't got to be in any of those categories to be a revolutionary. You don't even have to be sought after. You don't have to get the most attention, anything like that. But just know, keep persisting in that ideal, and that's what's going to come into fruition. That's my last one. If you need a personal, hit me up. In the description, all your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes are so very appreciated. Hit up Otter Spirit website in the description. 20% off of any of the jewelry. Increases your vibration with different type of gems and different type of stones. It's your boy Justice. I'm sending my love and ashe. Peace out.